Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. In my last video, I covered why I was going to be taking a huge amount of my portfolio and converting it into a new altcoin. This has caught many people off guard. Many people are angry and have actually unsubscribed thinking that I am a sellout. But for today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys exactly why I don't care about any of the other altcoins. I'm going to be explaining why Bitcoin doesn't matter, why Ethereum doesn't matter, why none of these other altcoins matter. And I'm going to be explaining to you guys that if you truly want to make 1000x in this cycle, this is going to be the way to do it. And if you don't follow, chances are you're going to miss out just like the rest of people will. If you're new and just find this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. If you're new and just getting into these markets and you want extra educational content, go ahead and download my free ebook and Beginner's Guide to Crypto. I've made it free to download to help as many of you new guys getting into these markets as I can, and that's why it's in my link in the description to go ahead and download, check it out. And with that being said, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, a pretty bold way to start off today's video, but I could not be more serious, and I don't really know how to explain the seriousness of the way that I'm pivoting my portfolio than to just be very honest with you guys. A lot of people, since I've started talking about Pulse Chain, have come out and unsubscribed. They said that I'm a sellout. They say that I'm just being paid to do all of this. And you know what? Those people are going to miss out on Pulse Chain, and I do not care. The people that are still here that are watching, this is the opportunity that I am really focused in on. All of the other people that are thinking that this is just too good to be true, at the end of the day, that's fine. They're going to miss out just like on all of the other times that they've had these type of opportunities. When I'm telling you guys that I am going in on Pulse Chain, I'm telling you guys that I'm literally going in on Pulse Chain. There has never been a crypto that I have felt this confident about, enough to pivot a huge amount of my portfolio to go in on it. I've never concentrated my portfolio so consistently into one crypto, aside maybe Bitcoin or Ethereum. But they're Bitcoin or Ethereum. This is an undeveloped crypto as far as it's never had a cycle before. It's brand new. And so a lot of people have kind of come out and said, oh man, you're a sellout. This is a paid sponsor. Why are you just shilling this stuff? And it's not. I wish I could be paid to shill Pulse Chain. If I could be paid, I would gladly be paid. If anybody wants to pay me to talk about this, come on, message me. I will gladly take any of your money. But that's not the case. I literally believe in this project, and I'm sharing it with you guys because I know a lot of other people out there are looking for that one project that they can kind of focus a little bit of extra money into. They're thinking to themselves, man, there were so many cryptos that did good. I even bought some of these that did pretty solid. But I watched as there was these specific cryptos that people got in at the bottom, and they literally made over 100x and even 1000x returns. How do I find that crypto? I remember sitting here in the last bear market thinking the same thing, thinking, man, how do I find that one crypto that's just going to take off bigger than the rest? And I'm here to tell you guys that I genuinely found that one crypto. I could be wrong, and so obviously this is a disclaimer. Do with your money whatever you want to do. If you feel like Pulse Chain could be valuable and you buy it, then that's your own risk. At the end of the day, I'm pivoting a big portion of my portfolio, and that's just because I'm confident in it. The reason why I'm going to be pivoting so much of my portfolio is because I literally don't care about a Bitcoin. I'm not buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin's old news. Yeah, Bitcoin's great. Bitcoin's going to definitely be used in the future. I'm not bearish on Bitcoin long term, but Bitcoin's worth $20,000. Why would I be buying Bitcoin right now? I'm just not going to. For me personally, I bought Bitcoin early on. I bought Bitcoin really early. I bought Bitcoin, sub $5,000. And it still didn't make me as much money as many of these altcoins that I only held for maybe half a year to a year. And so, yes, Bitcoin always leads the cycles and it always outperforms. But at the end of the day, we're at a point with Bitcoin where it's worth so much that, you can practically buy many of different altcoins. And as long as you sell in the bull market, you're still going to out-earn Bitcoin. And so I think that there is the argument that could be said, yes, you should hold Bitcoin. And I still hold Bitcoin. But I'm pivoting. I'm not focusing on Bitcoin. I'm not focusing on Ethereum. I literally bought almost the bottom of Ethereum and I only made 30x. I'm not going to mess with this stuff anymore. I'm literally going for the stuff that's going to make me at least 100x. And if it doesn't, you know what? I screwed up. I'm going to find another one that will, right? I still hold a lot of the stuff in my portfolio. I still have many investments. It's not like I'm going to be selling every single thing that I own. I'm not going to be selling all my Bitcoin, all my Ethereum to go in on Pulse Chain. That's not the case. But I am going to be taking a huge chunk of many different positions inside of my portfolio, and I will be converting those into Pulse Chain. If you want to know what those are, you have to join the Discord server to actually see what trades that I'm taking. But at the end of the day, what you guys just need to remember is that I am going into Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain's not out yet. For the millions of people that have been asking me, it's not out yet. It's going to be released when the bottom of the bear market takes place. The CEO, Richard Hart, he's literally waiting to release Pulse Chain once he feels that the true bottom of the bear market is. And he pretty much did the same thing with Hex in the last cycle. If you guys are unfamiliar with Hex, Hex did 10,000x returns from the bottom to the top. Now, with Pulse Chain, it's going to be implemented in similar ways. There's lots of burning features and mechanisms to where a lot of that transaction and the fees are going to get burned. There's a huge deflationary mechanism. And the biggest value proposition here, think about it, guys. How many of you, listen, and I'm being very dead serious, listen to what I'm saying right now. How many of you have got into cryptocurrency and you have bought a crypto from Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, anywhere, I don't care where. How many of you guys have got on and you went to buy a crypto and you see all of the many cryptos? How many of those cryptos have you ever seen that are starting at zero? Literally zero and then climbing organically? None. By the time you're able to buy them in America on Coinbase, they've already gone through private seed funding. They've already raised multi-millions or billions in market cap. And by the time you're buying them, they're literally valued at, 500 million to $1 billion in market cap. Where's the profit for the small guy like you and like me? There is no profit for the small guy. The institutions have already bought up all of the profit, and they're literally realizing their gain by listing it on Coinbase, and then all of us, all of these dumb people that go and buy it on Coinbase, that's them taking profits. So anytime we go and buy a crypto on Coinbase, we're literally just buying someone else's, well, specifically institutions, they're just taking their profits on us. We are literally helping institutions take profits by buying their worthless cryptos on Coinbase. There's no point in buying a multi-billion-dollar market cap in crypto anymore. I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm not buying XRP. I'm not buying Ethereum. I'm not buying Chainlink. I'm not buying Bitcoin. I am not buying any of these cryptos. I could care less about them. In fact, I am taking XRP. I am taking Bitcoin. I am taking Ethereum. I am taking, well, maybe not Chainlink, but I'm taking all of these cryptos and I'm going to be converting them into Pulse Chain because I really am that confident in it. The days of 100x with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all of those are done. You're not going to find that type of gain if you're buying these multi-billion-dollar market cap cryptos. I just hate to be the bearer of bad news. Actually, I don't. I'm going to be real with you because nobody else will be real with you. All these other people are going to be telling you to buy all these stupid altcoins that are already listed on these multi-billion-dollar exchanges. Whatever. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm telling you guys right now, if you want 1,000x, you got to buy the crypto that's literally starting at zero and climbing its way up. On top of that, even if you were to buy a crypto that's, say a sub $50 million in market cap, most of those cryptos still didn't even start at zero. They literally started after multiple rounds of seed funding, and then they get added to the exchanges. And so the reason why I'm so bullish on Pulse Chain is because it is starting at zero. There was private funding technically, but it wasn't in the same way. It wasn't funding. It was literally a giant charity donation. Everybody that sacrificed, which was me in the early portions, we sacrificed money by donating to a charity with no promise that you're going to get any tokens of value back because the price was starting at zero. There was never a guarantee of value. So Pulse Chain is different in every single way. Now the big thing here, guys, we could talk about these charts all we want. The big thing I want you guys to remember, if we're comparing what has been taking place inside of the markets, this is the first bear market that we've ever had where the altcoin dominance really never even did anything. Think about this, guys. We have been in an ultimate downtrend since the forever beginning of this chart. Since altcoins were created, Bitcoin dominance has been going down. This is an obvious downtrend, lower lows and lower highs. Keep in mind, guys, this was our entire last bear market. Look at how much uptrending Bitcoin did against the altcoins in that last cycle. Well, look at this bear market that we've been in. This thing isn't an uptrend. This is not an uptrend at all. Bitcoin is not uptrended against altcoins one bit. This is a giant range. And so Why is this important? Well, number one, it shows that altcoins are holding much better support against Bitcoin in this bear market. Altcoins had this massive cycle, and then look how nasty the bear market was for them. As Bitcoin dominance was uptrending, altcoins were getting slaughtered. Many of them never even recovered, like XRP. Many of them, like Ethereum, never even had a cycle. We never even had a true alt season in the last cycle, because when we're looking at pretty much the staple of altcoins being Ethereum against Bitcoin, this thing never even made a new all-time high. In fact, our entire bear market consolidation is this. This is literally an uptrend. This is a multi-year rounded bottom accumulation. We've never actually had an alt season, and this is taking us, we went through an entire bull market, right? If we're looking at Bitcoin on a bigger time frame, we literally went through an entire bull market. This was an entire bull market where altcoins never made a new all-time high against their Bitcoin pairs. Yeah, there were some of the new cryptos like DeFi stuff, right? Some of those did make a new high, but I'm talking as a whole, true alt season is where everything is outperforming Bitcoin in tandem. And we never saw that in that last cycle. There were periods where altcoins did outperform. But when we're looking at this chart, Ethereum never made a new cycle against its Bitcoin pair. And that's why I'm so focused in on this next cycle, because I believe the next cycle coming is going to be huge for altcoins. We had never really had a big altcoin cycle in the last one, but I believe that we will. We never saw true mainstream adoption. I mean, obviously, we have got a lot of adoption. There is institutional adoption, but we're still kind of at that early stage where we're a little bit gray area. There isn't true regulation. There isn't anything that we can confirm yet. And so that's why I believe that now is still a good time as far as the bubble phases for crypto, because we haven't had that true retail adoption. In a retail adoption, you're not going to see Bitcoin being the big talking point. You're going to see altcoins being the talking point. And that's kind of how it always is. The average guy that has $100 to invest or $1,000 to invest, they're not going to go buy Bitcoin. They're going to go buy Dogecoin or something, because they see it and they see that it's valued at, oh my gosh, it's worth 9 cents or something, 8 cents, and they're thinking, man, if this does what Bitcoin does, I'm going to be rich, right? All of these things are ultimately a reason why I'm going so heavily into Pulse Chain over this next cycle, is because altcoins are showing that the next cycle coming is going to be a pretty euphoric one. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the next cycle is a very big retail adoptive move. We see a lot of retail investors coming into the markets, and I think that all of the kind of the building blocks are in place to let this happen. We have so many different unique opportunities with NFTs, with DeFi, and I believe that this is going to come to a big focus during the next cycle. The main focus here is the fact we've never even had a cycle against our Bitcoin pairs. I believe that we will have a cycle against these Bitcoin pairs, and that's going to be the real profitable one. It was in 2017 when we had this big move inside of the altcoin Bitcoin pairs. It was way more profitable than the last cycle was for Bitcoin. This entire move for Bitcoin was peanuts compared to what we saw in 2017. This 2017 cycle was so insanely profitable for the altcoins. And that's the thing I want you guys to remember here. We've been in this channel throughout the entirety of our bear market. I believe that this is most likely going to resolve to the downside. Even if we bounce in here, we swing up for a bit, I believe that this is going to resolve to the downside, and we will keep going down in this trend in the same way that this did, in the same way that this did, basically. We are going to get resolution to the downside in this trend. The next resolution of downside is literally our all-time lows. We've got our all-time lows down here indicated by our white line. And in my opinion, once we break below that, we're going to have an altcoin season very similar to the 2017 one. Because remember, guys, it was in that 2017 altcoin run right here. This was the 2017 alt run. Remember, this chart is just the Bitcoin dominance flipped, right? So this big move that we saw where the Bitcoin dominance was just crashing like crazy, that was when we saw that massive 2017 alt run, right? Now, when we're comparing it to what we saw here, we went through this long period where the markets were pretty much just trending. They really weren't breaking out. They really weren't doing anything. And then that led to this massive 2017 alt run, right? This was the 2018 bear market. And now we're pretty much in this same point, right? I believe that this is this. It's just a different version of that same pattern. But where we are is getting ready for this. And I believe that that's going to be the next cycle, right? that will be the final cycle. Because keep in mind, guys, the reason why I say final cycle, I'm not saying that Bitcoin can't keep going up and altcoins can't keep going up. I'm talking about the retail cycle, where altcoins have another one of these big 2017 type of bull runs. If you're looking for a life-changing event, that was the life-changing event. And I believe that the next dip that's coming could be very similar. Because keep in mind, guys, this is our all-time low. This entire sell-off that we saw, where Bitcoin went from 3.8 thousand or 3.2 thousand to 69,000, that was here to here. We never made a new all-time low. We never went through price discovery. So technically, this entire move really wasn't anything to get excited about. It wasn't this, because it wasn't in a price discovery. We weren't crashing below all-time lows. And when that move comes, in my opinion, that's where we see real adoption, real retail adoption taking place, is when Bitcoin dominance is at a new all-time low and altcoin dominance is at a new all-time high going into price discovery, right? That's the big thing I want you guys to remember here. We didn't see that in this cycle. We never made a new all-time low. In fact, we bottomed just short of our all-time low, and that's been our bear market. In my opinion, we're going to sell through this. This is going to be a big drop like the one that we saw here, very similar to the 2017 cycle, and that's the one that we want to be taking our profits into. I could be wrong, guys, but these charts are way different than any of the prior bear markets. Any of the prior bear markets didn't look anything like this. The fact that Bitcoin dominance looks like this, whereas in our last bear market it literally looked like this, it was a massive uptrend, that tells me that there's a lot of money that are still circulating back into the altcoins. That tells me that there's going to be retail money flooding back into these altcoins. And when it comes to finding the altcoin that's going to make the most money, it's not going to be Ethereum, it's not going to be Solana, it's not going to be Chainlink, it's not going to be any of these cryptos that are in the top 100 market cap. Chances are it's going to be those ones that start from zero and work their way up. That's the thing I want you guys to remember here. When we're looking for those opportunities to make a lot of money in crypto, yeah, I guess you could go for the classics, the top 10s in market cap, but I kind of did that in the last cycle. In the last bear market, I was doing that. I was basing a lot more of my portfolio into strength of the market. Did I make a lot of money? Yes, I did. But there was altcoins that I could have bought with just small amounts of money. I mean, I would have made, $1 million off of some of those. And so that's the big thing I want you guys to remember. At the end of the day, we focus a bigger portion of our portfolio into the bets that we think are going to place the most profit for ourselves. And, in the last cycle, for me, that was Bitcoin, that was Ethereum, that was some of those bigger cryptos like Chainlink. And they did good, don't get me wrong, I made good profit. But there was other cryptos that I was watching that had I maybe put $10,000 in, $5,000 in, I would have made way more than what I've made all of holding, my portfolio in Ethereum, or what I made holding Bitcoin, or what I made holding Chainlink and stuff like that. So for this next cycle, I'm kind of trying to reverse a lot of those wrongs that I did. I still have Bitcoin, I still have Ethereum, I still have a lot of those cryptos, but instead of being over 80% of my portfolio into these big high market cap cryptos, I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to be taking a bigger portion of my portfolio, and I'm going to be going in on something that's unproven. And I might be wrong, but I really have a lot of conviction that this is going to be one of those better performing cryptos. And with the money that I have now, if it does pay out for me, I literally will never have to do anything again in my entire life. I'll be sitting on yachts, I'll be doing whatever. And that's my goals, guys. I literally don't want to be, worrying about anything in life. I don't want to have to even think about money. I don't want to have to think about a lot of stuff. All I really want to do is focus on the things that I'm passionate about. I like making YouTube videos, and I want to keep focusing on some of that stuff. But knowing that I wouldn't ever have to even think about money, knowing I could just go buy my dream house, go, pay off all of my family's debt and not even think twice about it, that's my goals, right? I made a lot of money in the last cycle. A lot of money that I was able to do a lot of really good things with, really able to help my family out a lot, really able to get myself in a good situation. But it's not the amount of money that I could literally just go do anything that I want every day. That's the type of money that I've always seeked for. And I believe that Pulse Chain is going to be that. And so as we're getting closer towards the end of this cycle, we only have like 100 days until we're at the end of the year. And so we only have about 100 days left until the bottom of this bear market. If we go sideways until then, or whether we chop down for one more low, I truly could care less, because it's not going to change anything. My portfolio is held for the long term. Whether it goes up or whether it goes down, I'm just holding on it, so it literally doesn't matter there. I've always done that, so it just doesn't bother me. Well, the only other solution is new money coming in. Where do I put that? What do I invest in? I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm not buying Ethereum. I'm not buying any of those. I'm buying Pulse Chain. You guys already know, and it's not out yet. So there's really nothing for me to talk about. There's no point in me talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum and covering all these scenarios that it could play out, because the only scenario that I see fit is Pulse Chain. That's the scenario that I'm going in on. And so for the people that are hating on that, good riddance, leave, unsubscribe, move on, miss out on the 1000x opportunity that I'm trying to spoon feed you. For the people that are still here listening, really focus in on this, guys. Focus in on this opportunity. Do your own research. Look out for new information that's coming out. When this thing releases, I'll update you guys for sure. When the time comes, guarantee I'm going to make a YouTube video covering it. But you guys are going to see me covering way more about Pulse Chain on this channel. And it's going to become a huge staple of my portfolio. And if you guys don't like that, right now, unsubscribe, leave the channel. But I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to make some serious money, I honestly think that this is the way to go. I want to make some serious money, so I'm personally invested heavily. I'm going heavily into this. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you found value in this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these amazing videos. If you guys want to join the Discord server, download my free ebook. Links in the description for that. For the people who like to also sign up for my VIP, follow all the trades that I take. If you guys want to know what cryptos in the Pulse Chain ecosystem I'm actually buying, links are in the description, because the only way you're going to get access to that is if you're in my private VIP Discord. Links are in the description. Thank you guys so much for the support. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one. As always, peace out.